What's up, everyone? My name is Ethan. Welcome to Splash City. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe. Did you know that most of the people who watch this channel are not subscribed? I'd like to try to change that. So if you've been around for a while, you like the type of content that I produce, please consider hitting that button down below. It would really mean a lot to me. With that out of the way, let's talk about NBA Summer League for one last time. I think this is going to be the last Summer League video that I do. Because I'll be honest with you, the event is kind of winding down here in Vegas. We only have one more day of games, culminating in the championship between the Celtics and the Kings, and I want to talk about that in this video, kind of a preview for that game. But other than that, not a ton going on. Today was Monday, and I was there, for a couple of games at the very end. I didn't really go to many of the ones in the afternoon, and it's pretty much dead here. There's not a lot of people in the stands. Pretty much all the media people have gone home. All the team personnel, there's not as many people here just with the teams. A lot of the players, like the better players on these teams, are sitting out of games. Like the top draft picks have not played the last day or two. And players that are actually going to, be on NBA rosters next season are sitting games out here. So we're pretty much done. I'm relatively excited for that championship game tomorrow, but for the most part, these last 2 days are not going to be super entertaining games just because all the marquee players are kind of sitting these ones out. So that's kind of where we're at with Summer League. I will do one wrap up here, and maybe we'll talk about the championship game a little bit, maybe over on TikTok or something, but I don't think I want to do a full video on that. But yeah, this is going to be kind of a recap of the last few days of Summer League. What I watched, I'll be honest, I haven't been there as much. I've been kind of out and about around Las Vegas and other places over the past couple of days. Haven't been at the arena nearly as much for the past 2 or 3 days as I had been for the first week or so of Summer League. And I think that's probably about on par with a lot of people and how much of this event that they've actually been watching. It started to die down over the past few days, but I'm still here talking about whatever's been going on. So yeah, let's get into basketball, I guess. So I'm not going to go game by game or anything like that. I will just go quick through some of the things that I've noticed for the games that I was able to be at. Like I said, have not been at the arena nearly as much. I had my girlfriend come down to Vegas with me to spend the past couple of days, and we took an impromptu trip to California for one day. We drove down there, spent the day at Disney, and then drove back the same night. Kind of crazy last-minute choice to do that for Saturday. So I wasn't at the arena at all on Saturday, but showed up back in Vegas on Sunday, caught a couple of games that evening. And then today on Monday, I did catch a couple of games. Like I said, I wasn't there in the afternoon. Should be at the arena most of the day tomorrow, but thinking about heading home slightly early. May not even catch that championship game. I don't know what my plan is yet, but we'll see what I do. But yeah, tomorrow's the last day. So anyway, let's go through a couple of the things that I have seen over the past few days from the games that I've caught. Cameron Thomas has been sensational again. Big victory for them, 104-100 over the Spurs. Thomas has 36 points. I mean, he's averaging the most points, like top 5 most points of anyone at Summer League ever or something like that. His average is in the 30s. And he's just been crazy. We've seen the stats on him over the past couple of days. And I said this, I think I was talking about this the other day. But Cameron Thomas, adding him at number 27 to a Nets team that already has KD, James Harden, Kyrie Irving. Not that I'm expecting a rookie to come in and be able to contribute a ton right away, but to get a guy with this much offensive talent on a team that's already this historic offensively is going to be interesting to watch. He's not going to get as many shots, obviously, because in terms of pecking order, there it's the big three, and then Patty Mills is there, of course, and you've got a lot of other veterans who have earned their stripes in the NBA already, and so you're not going to be giving a ton of shots to a rookie, but if you need a guy to come in off the bench and get you buckets, Cam Thomas is proving that he can do that already. So I would not be shocked to see him getting minutes for Brooklyn early. And even if it's not this coming season, in 2 or 3 years, assuming that big three is still together and still playing well, Cam Thomas looks like he can be a really nice pickup for them and contribute to that for this team. A championship caliber team over the next couple of years. So that already looks like a steal at number 27 because he has been, one of the best players on the floor through Summer League so far. Other than that, I did watch the end of the Wolves and 76ers game. This was a close one. It was exciting for sure. Jaden McDaniels is one of the best players on the floor. He hit a bank shot, buzzer beater 3 to tie the game and send it to OT, and they ultimately pull off a victory in this one. Jalen Noel has also been dominant. He had 26 points in this game. Nathan Knight had 19. Off the bench, Isaiah Miller has been impressive. McKinley Wright, the fourth, knows how to play basketball. I've kind of talked about some of these guys already, but the Wolves, I've been really impressed with them, and I thought they've played well. And they did go 4-0. Ultimately, they didn't get the tiebreaker. That's what decides who plays in the championship game, is just a point differential. So the Kings and the Celtics ended up having a better margin of victory in their 4 victories than the Timberwolves and the Pelicans did. Those were the other 2 undefeated teams. So it will be Kings and Celtics for the championship, and then the Wolves and the Pelicans will play, and that's sort of a bronze medal game, I guess, is how you want to describe that. Maybe just winner gets third place. But yeah, Wolves and Pelicans should be interesting. And Minnesota goes undefeated so far here in Las Vegas. On the Sixers side of things, Paul Rudd, 27 points and 20 rebounds on 11 for 17 shooting. He was great. He's been great this whole event. I believe he was the G League MVP last year, so good on Paul Reed. He's been having some nice games here, and he did show out in this one. Frank Mason, the third, had 15, and Jaden Springer with 11. So pretty solid game from Philly, and that was an exciting one. Warriors and Pelicans, I did watch the entirety of this one. I'm always going to watch the Warriors, of course. 79-80, big victory for the Pelicans here. They do, like I said, they were the other undefeated team, so they managed to pull off a 1-point victory here. Really strange thing happened at the end of this game, and I kind of tweeted about this. If you didn't see, I will quickly explain what went on at the end of this game here. So basically, the Pelicans are down 1 point, and they go up for a layup, right? They go up and try to lay it up off the glass, and it's blocked by Jonathan Kuminga. The ref blows his whistle, and then Trey Murphy gets the rebound and lays it back up in, and but play is stopped. Play is dead, right? So they don't count the layup by Murphy. They do call a goaltend on the Kuminga block. So the Warriors challenged the call because there's like 2 seconds left, and that's their only course of action, and they felt like Kuminga blocked the shot, right? So they challenged the call. The refs spend like 10 minutes looking at it, and they come back and they say, okay, the challenge is successful. The Kuminga block is clean. He got it before it was on the glass, so it's a clean block. It's not a goaltend. So take the points off the board. However, because the refs were wrong, the whistle is ruled an inadvertent whistle, and therefore play is allowed to continue. Players are allowed to finish their shooting motion before play is officially stopped. So because the whistle was blown in the middle of Trey Murphy's layup, even though that was after play should have stopped already, they do get to count Trey Murphy's layup and give him the points anyway. So Pelicans up 1 with 1 second left. Warriors inbound the ball, miss a shot, and they lose. So it was this weird thing that I had never seen, where even though the play was supposed to be stopped and the Trey Murphy layup should have happened after play had been stopped, they still counted it anyway because they were wrong about a goaltend. So I don't know if I've ever seen that before. I don't know if that was correctly called, if that's how it's actually supposed to be in the NBA, or if these refs just didn't know what they were doing and just made something up, because that's also a possibility, I guess. Really, really weird interaction here. And most of the people in the building were Warriors fans, and they let the refs hear about it, that they did not like the call. And, honestly, if it was a regular season game, I'd be really pissed because you guys know I'm a Golden State fan, right? And so a loss like this would have been super frustrating if this was regular season, but obviously it's Summer League. They're not playing for anything. Who cares, right? It's just basically a glorified scrimmage. So wins and losses don't matter for anything. And the Pelicans, neither or the Warriors, ended up going to the championship game, so it doesn't matter, right? But just a weird interaction at the very end of this game on a rule that I had never seen before, and a lot of people were really confused about that one, and myself included. I still have no idea if that happened correctly or if something fishy went on there. But anyway, that was kind of the topic of this game on Twitter, and that weird call at the end. Moving on to Monday, I just watched a couple of games here. Luka Garza is really good for the Pistons. He had 21 points, 15 rebounds. Makes sense that he would be good in the summer league setting, just coming right off of being college player of the year and coming into the NBA. It makes sense that he would be kind of maybe more accelerated as compared to some of the younger players that are here. So Luka Garza had a good game. He's played well all of summer league, and we just got the news that he signed a 2-way contract this morning. So good for Detroit. They get him on a cheap deal, and hopefully he can maybe do something in the NBA for Luka Garza. So Pistons win that one, pretty close game there. Grizzlies and Clippers, I only watched the first half of this. My big takeaway was Jason Preston. I had a tweet about him. He finishes with 15 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Jason Preston can really, really, really pass. I mean, I think I said this the other day, but he is already such a dynamic passer, and he attempts things that other players just don't even think about in the NBA. Like, he'll do, behind-the-back passes. He is always looking to pass before he's looking to score. Every single time he has the ball, he's always going to be looking to make the correct pass rather than looking to put the ball in the basket. And that can be detrimental at times, right? There are certain players that get too pass happy and kind of, look off the basket and just try to make the flashy assist. And that can be a problem in and of itself, right? But I think so far, Preston's done a pretty good job of knowing when to pass and knowing when to score. I think he still needs to work on that a little bit, but he's been really impressive to me. I mean, going into the summer league, he was a guy that I was already going to be watching for because I liked him in college and I liked his story, and I thought that this was a great draft pick by the Clippers. And not only do I think he's going to be good, now that we just had that trade yesterday, right, where the Clippers traded away Patrick Beverley and Rajon Rondo in exchange for Eric Bledsoe, right, and Daniel Oturi's in there as well, but I'm talking about point guards, right? So they ship out 2 point guards and get one back. Eric Bledsoe is, he's a scoring point guard. He can pass. He's got, decent assists and stuff like that, but he's not necessarily like an assist first point guard like a guy like Rondo would be considered. And even Reggie Jackson, who's already on the roster, is more of a combo guard. He's also going to kind of be looking to score. So I really believe that Jason Preston can step onto this Clippers roster and already be one of, if not the best passer on the team. Just because he has that much talent, and I've seen him attempt these things, and he did it in college, and he's doing it now in Summer League. I think he can already step onto the Clippers and be one of the best passers on the roster. So there's a pathway for him to get real minutes as, arguably the only true point guard on the Clippers next season, because you have Eric Bledsoe and Reggie Jackson, who are both more combo sort of guards. And you just traded away Rondo and Beverly, so you're opening up minutes, as well as Kawhi Leonard, who's going to be injured for most of next season, so there's going to be minutes vacated by him not being there. So I do think Jason Preston really has a pathway to finding a lot of minutes for the Clippers next season if he does continue to play well. And maybe this is me, hoping that this comes into existence because I just really like him as a player. But I'm going to be looking for him to potentially have a pretty big role as a rookie, as a second-round pick, early second-round pick. But I do think there's a pathway for him to have a really nice rookie season. And that's been my main takeaway from the Clippers throughout this week. So that's basically all I have in terms of recaps of games that I've seen over the past couple of days. Let's quickly talk about the championship game. It is Sacramento Kings and Boston Celtics. Boston, both of these teams are undefeated. Boston has won their games by an average of 21 points. So they've been completely dominant and have been blowing teams out. I think their only close victory was their first game where they beat the Hawks by 2. And since then they've won by 20 points. They had a blowout 37-point victory against the Magic. They've pretty much been running people off the floor ever since that first narrow victory against the Hawks. And it's mostly because of a trio of guards. I guess maybe Langford's more of a wing, but Romeo Langford, along with Peyton Pritchard and Aaron Nesmith, all of those guys who have NBA experience already, going Romeo, I think Romeo's going into his third season, maybe his second, I don't remember, but Pritchard and Nesmith both going into their second seasons. And all three of those guys have the NBA experience. They've been great so far here in Vegas. And Pritchard actually left Vegas to go play in a Portland Pro-Am game where he scored 92 points. If you saw that on Twitter, Pritchard scored 92 in a Pro-Am game in Portland just a couple of days ago, and he did tweet out that he will be back in Vegas for the Summer League Championship game. So he is going to plan on playing, and Neesmith has been great as well. And add Romeo Langford in there, plus just a well-rounded team outside of those three. And I think the Celtics should be the clear favorite going into the title game because just they've been so dominant so far throughout all of the games that they've played. And then for the Kings, I'm looking for Davion Mitchell to do his best to lock up the opposing guards. It's going to be a challenge for him. Davion Mitchell's been great on defense so far here, but it's definitely going to be tough for him to keep up with guys like Peyton Pritchard and Neesmith, because those are some of the better players that he's going to be facing here. So that's what I'm going to be looking for. Davion Mitchell, how he matches up with them. His passing has been good. We'll see if his assist numbers bear that out here in this game. Other than him, Chimezie Metu has been suspended because he got into a fight with Eugene Omoruyi in the last game, so he will not be there, which is a blow to the Kings. But they do have Lewis King, King on the Kings. I mentioned him the other day. His shooting has been awesome so far for them. He's just hitting a ton of threes. I think he leads the team in scoring, if I'm not mistaken. At least I know for a fact he did in their last game. And he's just been shooting the ball super well. He's been really tough to guard, and he's been definitely one of their better players here. Neemias Queta, as their big man, he's not necessarily going to be looking to score, but he's going to get those rebounds. He's really strong. He'll push you out of the way. Jamias Ramsey has been really good, second-year guard who wasn't that great his rookie season, but has shown some flashes here in the Summer League. And then Emmanuel Terry off the bench has also been nice for them. Robert Woodard and Matt Coleman have all played decent roles for them. Jordan Shackle, I think is how you say that, and A. Murky. I don't remember Murky's first name, but that's really their roster. And I think Boston's probably going to win, but I could see Sacramento pulling off the upset in this one, just if we get a good Davion Mitchell game and Lewis King shoots the ball well. I think they do have enough firepower to potentially pull off an upset here. So, yeah, I'm probably going to pick Boston to win the Summer League Championship just because they have so many guys with experience that have already played well. But should be a fun game, should be exciting, and looking forward to it. But, yeah, that's about all I have on NBA Summer League. Like I said, I think this is the last one that I'll do. Next time you see me, fingers crossed, should be a face cam video. I might record one more tomorrow night to go up on Wednesday. Of just a voiceover, maybe about something else that's not Summer League. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But you might see me on Facecam. You might not. Regardless, though, like I said at the top of the video, if you're new, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, ring the bell if you want to. Leave a comment letting me know what you guys think about NBA Summer League. How was the event? How did you guys like it watching from home? What was your experience? Being a fan of NBA Summer League throughout the week. Would love to hear your thoughts on that in the comments down below. With all that said, see you guys in the next one.